Carrot.
Hello, welcome to Rock, Paper, Hand Grenades. I'm Matt Connarton. With me, of course, is the Honorable Gary S. Hopper. And Gary, I didn't know you couldn't sing.
Oh, no, I cannot sing.
Oh, good.
Thank you for noticing. So, anyway, our show has gone to the dogs tonight.
Bum.
See? That was the obvious joke I was telling about.
Really?
Obvious joke? What are you thinking?
I can't. I'm not even going to say it now.
Why?
Because it's. I don't know if I should. I'm just not gonna. I'll tell you after.
Oh, great. I'm going to be in suspense for an hour.
Yep, that's right. What do you think of that? And then by the time the hour's up, you'll have forgotten.
I was going to say, Charlene, do you want to introduce your dog? But then you can take that the wrong way.
No.
Yeah, well, that's there you go.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, what are the dogs' names?
This is Spike.
Spike.
And this was Damian.
And your accomplices are?
This is Emily Pingley.
Emily.
She's Miss Petite Teen New Hampshire, North America, 2014.
2014.
And
Okay, wait.
Are you like time travelers?
That's what I'm thinking, right?
Yeah.
How can she be Miss Petite Teen 2014 and 2013?
Yeah.
because the year goes between 2013 and 2014. By now, the pageant actually is going to be in 2014.
I think time travel. You got like a DeLorean?
I'd love one.
I got a friend on Facebook that had one.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Were there drugs hidden in it?
No. And I think she said she bought the. There's somebody that made a special attachment to it to make it look like the DeLorean in Back to the Future.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Oh, neat.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, I'd
It
love
is
one of
wicked.
those.
Oh yeah, those are wicked cool cars.
We also have Krissi Tro. She's an
Yeah,
animal
Krissi,
advocate.
yes.
So she's here to talk about the animals.
Excellent.
And these are your attack dogs, right?
Yes,
Because
they
you've
are.
trained these. Because
Can't you see how vicious they are?
yeah. Because one of them was looking at my throat like it was gonna, go for it.
Well, that's as far as I've gotten with them.
Okay.
Yeah, they haven't actually gone for anybody's throat yet.
Okay. So, but you're working on that, though.
Thinking about it.
I'm probably more at risk. My throat's more exposed. You're
No, I
wearing
have
a
my own
tie
special
to it,
That's
so-
why I'm wearing a tie.
Yeah, that was smart.
I have my own special little list.
Oh.
You guys didn't know.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Although, isn't that exactly what you would say if you wanted us to think that?
No, I would tell
right?
you.
Oh,
You would?
really?
Yes,
Wow.
I would.
Okay. All right.
Just don't do it online because then the NSA would know about it.
No
That's
kidding.
right. Well, we might want them to know if we're in danger.
Well, if I was in danger, they'd probably say good,
Right.
and then delete the file. Depends on who's in danger.
True. And who's in charge of the list?
So, who is in charge of the list?
We have a call already. Should we
have a
take
call
this?
already? How do we
Yeah.
have a call already?
I
We
don't
haven't
know.
said nothing.
Well, we do.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Let's
Let's
maybe
do
it's for the dogs. Hi, welcome to Rock, Paper, Hand Grenades. Who's on the line?
Hi, it's Lynn.
You called to call about time travel?
No,
Why not? What do you know about it? You know secrets, how we can do it? You don't want to tell us?
I have no idea how to do it.
Fine.
So what else would you like to talk about?
Is this Norm?
No.
Then neither is
Is
this.
it Norm and friends?
No, we're not friendly, nor are we Norm.
You're in the wrong time zone, man.
Yeah, so you need to borrow her DeLorean and go back.
Yeah, you need
future.
to. She needs to learn time travel.
Yeah.
Make believe
Yeah.
DeLorean.
Yeah.
Okay? But you can ask me.
Hi.
You can ask me anything you want, though. Go ahead.
Maybe you could give her a reading.
No, I can't.
you're
But I
Norm.
can make stuff up.
Well, yeah. Go for it.
The answer to your question is 13.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Is that
See, I
good?
knew it.
Is
I
that
knew
good
it,
news?
right?
13. Is that good? Are you happy with that?
Sure.
Okay, good. Well, see, Gary, you
That
helped
wasn't
her.
very convincing. That's,
All right,
that
Lynn.
was not-
Bye.
Okay,
Bye.
bye-bye. All right. Your first reading.
Exactly. Speaking of reading, I don't have this very often, but I don't know about anybody else. But and this is kind of weird. It didn't strike me as prophetic or anything like that. But it was, or pathetic for that matter. But does anybody else have, like, you be sitting there kind of relaxed and you have a dream, but you're not really in bed, you're not really asleep, you just kind of have like I don't know what you call it.
Hallucination.
It's a slight hypnosis that you put yourself into. That's what it's called.
Lucid dreaming? Is that what
Like
you
when my wife's talking to me, that
Yeah.
same
And
thing?
you bring yourself into a different spot.
Shh, I shouldn't have said that out loud, Matt!
She doesn't watch the show,
You
remember?
get a time delay on this, right? Oh yeah, she doesn't watch the show.
Yeah, you're fine.
Oh,
No,
good.
it's like when you go, say you're driving, and all of a sudden you figure out, oh my god, how did I get this place? They consider it a slight hypnosis you put yourself under
Yeah.
when you don't remember things and how you got, like, oh my god, but you already know how you
Heavy
got there.
drinking does that too.
Yeah, heavy
Well, it's
drinking.
because you use your, because I don't know if you know, I'm actually a hypnotherapist, and you use your,
Okay.
when you're driving, you're not actively thinking about driving. You're constantly, your
It's
mind
like
is
when I'm
wa-
doing the show.
Right, yeah, you're thinking about something else, and you're just kind of on autopilot. It's the same kind of
Exactly,
thing.
same thing, yeah. But anyway, so I was self-hypnotizing myself or something. But anyway, I had this, and I usually space out. I space out a lot. I've always spaced out a lot. I mean, I used to have, at work, I'd be, and a lot of times I'd space out and I'm thinking about something. So I'd be thinking about a solution to a problem, and I'd just be staring. And people thought I was kind of creepy. Which is probably correct.
Yeah.
I mean, they're probably right. But anyway, I was just kind of having like is that another call?
We have another call.
Is this for Norm?
I don't know. Let's find out. Hi, welcome to Rock, Paper, Hand Grenades. Is this for Norm?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. Gary will stand in. Go for it. You need a reading?
I'd like to give out a shout out to Emily.
Oh, Emily.
It's Brianna.
Congratulations. You've received a shout
It's
out.
my best friend Brianna.
She's amazing and beautiful, and I love her to death.
You love her to death? That's kind of drastic.
That's a long-term commitment.
It is a long-term commitment.
Hey, we love her too.
To death, though?
Wow.
I don't know if I
mean, that's kind
I
of.
love her to death.
Wow.
Well, she's beautiful.
Yes, she is.
Yeah, she is a very beautiful young lady.
That's why she'll be the winner of in the future.
She's going to be the future winner
Yes.
of the pageant.
of the pageant that hasn't happened yet.
2014.
I hope.
She knows too. Everyone knows about this time travel stuff.
Why is it we don't know about time
It's
travel?
like we're the last to know.
Maybe men aren't from Mars and women from Venus. It's they're in a different time zone.
Like we're from the present and they're from the future.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's probably what's going on.
Well, you've already been in the future.
You're already there. Actually, if our theory is correct,
Right. You don't want us to go there.
but you don't want us
apparently,
to be
'cause-
back here.
Right.
Is that it? Is that what you want to talk about?
Are you still there, Brianna?
Yes, I'm there.
Hey, wait. How old are you?
I'm 17 years old.
You're 17 years old.
I'm sure he knows about time travel.
Probably already-
I'm taking the dogs with me, and I'm going to see Emily in 2014.
You are.
The dogs will be there.
You guys coming?
Wait,
You tell us. It's in the future. You don't know what- you
We're
don't know
only
what happens.
guys. We
dogs
can't
will
tell
be
the
there.
future. Sorry, we're not necessarily all wrapped that tight over here.
hey, speak for yourself.
I was talking about it myself, ourselves.
Yeah.
This-
You said we like this we, not this we.
Yes,
This
yes.
is we.
It's a more specific.
I just don't like
we-
to talk about the dogs like that.
Oh,
That's a
no.
good point. Especially if they're going to go for my throat.
Yeah.
Oh, we have to add you to the list.
Do you have any other questions? For the all-knowing...
It's all about me.
What?
It's all about me.
It is all about you.
It's supposed to be about you.
Well, actually, it's
Thank you,
not
Brianna.
anymore.
I love you, Brianna.
But not
Okay.
today. Wow, that was hardcore.
Hey, she loves you to death.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
she loves me to death. That's okay. I'll take it as she loves me.
It was all about you, but now I have a 20-month-old granddaughter, and if you get in the same... I don't know if it's like the spatial thing, because it might be that everything's about her, except if my granddaughter's in the room, everything's about her.
Because she's younger.
No, but she's his
baby.
granddaughter.
Oh, yeah.
No, but
Well,
no,
she's a
I'm
baby.
talking about from her perspective, everything is about her.
And it should be.
Exactly, but so who's about her trumps whose? Because
Depends
she's
on
bigger,
where
shouldn't
you
kick
are
her.
and who's in the room.
So everything's about you now. Well, actually, in the future.
In the future. Yeah. Right.
Jeez. Jesus is good.
Well, for us, it's in the present.
I'm
but-
lost.
Right, it is.
Oh, we have another call. Hey, maybe it's a call from the future.
I guess time travel is a pretty good subject.
It is, yeah. We should do this every week.
I guess.
If only we'd known. Hi, welcome to Rock, Paper, Hand Grenades. Who's on the line?
It's me again. I didn't mean to hear you.
She loves you to death again.
Thank you so much.
I love you too.
Wow,
Your besties.
I guess.
Come over to my house after this.
I just want this show to be all about you.
I thought it was going to be about the dogs.
No.
No?
Yeah, maybe the next show.
What do you think of that, guys?
I feel like I've been trumped.
I know, right?
Right?
Maybe it's all about her now.
Now it's about her.
What she wants.
Oh, Brianna.
So, Brianna, is this a show about you or Emily? Or the
This show's about
dogs?
Emily because I love her to death.
But if it's about her because of your love for her, doesn't that kind of make it about you?
No, she loves me.
And if you love her to death, wait. If you love her, if you love her to death, then by default it's about you because she's dead.
She's perfect, and I love her. and
So it's a
she's
jealousy
perfect,
thing.
and this show
Does it sound like? Am I guessing right?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
I love you, Brianna.
Women tend to be very competitive.
That's what's going on here.
Or at least in
I
the
know. Well,
present.
she is shorter than Emily, so she.
You
she goes
really
the
need to
physique
get.
thing.
She wants to do it. She
No,
told me there,
wait.
and
You
she'll
need
be
to
like,
get a restraining order because she just threatened me.
She sounds like a stalker. She's a stalker.
Yes.
Brianna's a stalker.
Brianna, are you stalking her?
She just loves me too much.
No, she's my best friend.
Yeah, or she will be in the future, right? Because you probably don't even actually know her. You're just stalking
Yeah.
her.
Of course I know her. I'm not a stalker.
Do you wear stockings?
Isn't she going to your house later?
Yeah.
What?
Stalker.
She's
It's
little.
gonna make me start barking like the dog.
Oh, don't do that. The dogs will stop barking.
Now it's just getting weird.
That is getting weird.
Yeah.
I thought it was weird before, but now
Yeah.
it's getting really
I
weird.
know,
I
right?
thought that this was. I just wanted to give a shout out to Emily.
You did a very good job of it
We had a
too.
full conversation about myself.
You can give a bark out, too, because the dogs are here.
She's the prettiest freshman at Pinkerton. Oh, sophomore now. Prettiest sophomore.
Well, actually, sophomore. This is in the future, so we talking about senior.
What?
No, we're talking
I'm gonna be a
about
sophomore in the future after summer.
Oh.
But you don't really know because it's in the future.
I know I'm gonna be a sophomore.
Well, she does know
No, you
because she's
don't.
from the
10th
future.
grade. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Sure.
that's right.
Okay, there's my shout out. You're beautiful. Bye.
All right, bye, cutie.
Bye, Brianna. Wow, you're going stalker. It's like you're famous.
Almost fan club anyway.
Well, she's not dangerous.
That's nice to have your own fan. I don't have
She's
a
like
fan
only
club.
like 4'9".
How do you know? Maybe you do. Someone somewhere might have started one for you. You just don't know about it
She's
yet.
adorable. She's adorable.
That's not always a good thing.
I know. Well, yeah.
Oh, remember when they? Yeah, who was it? Who was it that had a fan club and the people like chased the other person running it? Kind of.
Oh,
There's some actors.
no,
Are you
I
thinking
can't
of
remember what it was,
Selena?
but I remember what you're talking about.
Are you thinking of Selena? She was
know who it was,
the singer from Mexico, and she was killed by
One of
the
her
the president of her fan club
Yeah.
murdered her. Yeah.
Yeah, because she was a.
So you should watch out. That's what I'm thinking. 'Cause
You
she
think
said,
Brianna would kill me?
No,
she said
No.
she said she loves you to death.
Yeah, till she dies.
till she does.
Till she dies. Not
Now,
me.
were you threatening her?
Yeah. We don't know
I'll
she's
love
a
her to
stalker. You shouldn't jump to conclusions
Oh
and
wait.
start threatening her.
So anyway, my dream, my daydream
Yes.
sort of thing. She's gonna call again?
Probably. Well, I don't know. Why don't we ask them? They're from the future. They know.
They probably do know.
They probably do.
Yeah.
She told me she was gonna call, so
Oh, yeah.
I
She
do
did.
know.
Did she tell you she's gonna call again?
Say how many
No,
times?
Yeah, she didn't say how many times.
that was probably the last time.
Could be. We don't know. I don't know.
Watching this.
He and I don't
Watching
know.
this right
Watch
now.
this, you never know.
So anyway, so I had this dream the other day while I was awake again, but it was unlike most of them. It was actually vivid, and it was like a pond, and it was just like glass. So you know how like ponds just wicked still, no wind whatsoever. And a bald eagle just fell out of the sky and slapped against the
Oh.
You scared the baby. Now he's gotta go in and keep doing that.
Yeah.
It was just weird. It was a bald eagle. It died midair and fell on the water and just smack.
Yeah.
Ouch.
It was really weird.
Yeah.
You know, you saw the ripples coming out and stuff. It was really weird.
That's a weird dream.
That is a really weird dream.
You take any kind of medication before?
No, I don't do that. I don't do medication.
Okay.
My mind is so messed up as it is. I can't imagine adding anything to the mix.
Right. Okay.
You know.
Yeah, that could be dangerous.
It could be.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Wow. I wonder what the subliminal meaning of that is.
I don't know.
Maybe Norm can help you.
No, I think I'm
Diagnose
beyond
that.
help.
Number 13.
I'm way beyond help.
No, you're supposed to say anytime someone says the number, you always say 7. 7.
Seven's the number.
Seven's
Lucky
the
number. Lucky 7. Yeah.
I like 13.
It's always number 7.
Wood.
I bet her number was 7.
I love
that?
13.
I love 13 too, but if there's
7.
something wrong, it's 7.
No, see, I was working in a machine shop years ago, and we used to take numbers. We all had numbers,
You were 13.
and we put in $2 a week, and whoever numbers got picked
Oh,
would get the
13?
money. And nobody would take 13 because it was unlucky. So, not to me. I won so often that they quit playing. Everybody quit playing.
You're cheating.
No,
It's ironic that you now oppose gambling.
that's good. There's a hip hop.
That's
That was a long time ago.
Oh,
Oh,
that's not,
no,
yeah, that's not
and it was
good.
a Absolutely.
Wow, I guess
We have another call.
I shouldn't have admitted that.
Probably. I know, right?
It's illegal too.
Probably is, sir.
But the statute of limitations.
Hello, welcome to Rock Paper Hand Grenades. Is this Brianna?
Yep, I think she needs some medication.
Yep.
Wow!
Whoa!
Wow, you're the one stalking her, not me.
Yeah.
I want to meet
I'm
her.
not talking to her. I'm watching this TV show, and I hear my name, and I ain't even on the show.
I bet you watch every show that she appears on.
Medication.
Do you watch every show she appears on?
I think you need medication.
Of course, I'm watching all of them. All of them.
I bet you are.
I am not a stalker.
No, I would.
I am a great friend.
She loves me.
Okay, hon. I was just being a jerk. That's what I do.
No, I just wanted to tell you to
Because-
get medication.
No. I would be half as fun if I got
Yeah, you want to
medication.
make him worse?
Yeah, I could get worse.
Yeah.
Okay, we don't
There's
want
no way.
that.
There's no
I
way.
think medication would work for you.
Thank you.
Oh, wow.
I don't even think medication would help.
She's getting hurtful now.
I know, right? I think she called back just to hurt your feelings. Yeah. Wow.
You know, if I wanted my feelings hurt, I'd go home to my family. Right?
I'm a cutie. Bye.
Bye.
Family.
Love you. She's gonna call back. To
Oh yeah,
5
she ain't
minutes.
done.
Wow.
Sorry. No, I can't help it.
Why does it get to
I did
why?
not give her the number, I swear to God.
What?
Well, it's on the screen.
Yeah, it's on the
But I
screen.
did not give her the number.
Call in. I'll call Gary. Give him a hard time.
Yeah, she's pretty cute.
She's
Anyway, so before we run out of time because of my insanity that I need medication for, what are you doing now? Because you did the pageants.
I'm still doing the pageant.
You're still
North
doing the
America.
pageant, the North American pageant,
Yep, North America.
and now you're doing.
I have 2 new things that I've
Hold
started.
that mic over a little bit. I'm just concerned that, like, right in the middle of you is probably good because then it's getting you both.
The next thing actually, which was started last week, is called Solar System Online Pet Pageants.
Solar System Online Pet.
Yeah,
Pageant.
this way anybody can enter their pet, and it's a fun way.
Can you say that 5 times fast?
No.
Solar System Online Pet Pageant.
Let's see you do
Solar
it.
system sound like that. I can't do it either.
Yeah, right.
Well, these 2 are the ones that are running it,
Okay.
Spike and Damian, because they're mine. So
No.
they can enter it.
You told me before we got on it was the dogs that were in charge of it.
They are. I just said these 2, Spike and Damian.
Oh.
Directors.
They're the directors.
They're the directors.
Yep.
How should they get paid?
Huh?
And
They get
treats.
They get spoiled rotten.
Yeah, they look like they've been.
They get jacuzzi bath.
Hey,
No.
that's mine.
Spa treatments.
No way.
They do look happy.
They
are.
do
They're
look pretty
good boys.
content.
Yep, they got their little rhinestone leashes and collars.
Like a rhinestone puppy.
So what's going to happen is that people, they're going to pay like $50 fee to enter the pet. It goes up on the website, which has already been made.
Yeah.
It goes up on the website, and then like the first voting will start in August. In August, everybody that has entered their pets that's been showcased, it'll be like $1 a vote, and people just keep going on and vote for the whole month. At the end of the month, whoever has the most votes will end up winning. Now, the good thing about this is that all the money that comes in from the voting is going to go into a fund, and next time, like you hear something on the news, they had to go in a house because the animals were being abused, or like a national disaster, this money will come out of that fund and be sent immediately to that organization.
Wow.
So it's a nice way to showcase your pets and also raise money for animals. You know,
Yeah.
like I said, when in a crisis situation, when you don't have it, that's when you want to turn them around and be able to send them as much as you possibly can
Right, 'cause
Right.
these
to help out,
organiz-
which is why I created
These
this.
organizations, they need food, they need shelters, they need
You gotta be
blankets,
careful
they need-
which organization.
Well, I'm not talking about the organization. What I'm talking about,
no,
say like with Katrina, the misplaced animals.
Yes.
It would go to whoever is helping place those animals,
Yeah.
and it would be we make sure it's going to the right force. But that's not when they always have the money. If they have to go into someone's house and they have there was years ago and there's a bunch of horses being abused and not
Yeah,
taken
yeah,
care of,
yeah.
that money would have gone to help them fix all those animals.
Right.
You know, and then of course the winners are going to be featured in the calendar. We're going to have a calendar, so the winner will be featured, and the winner, they'll get some, and they'll get their little crown and rhinestone and sash. But I'm not going to make it a huge prize list for the fact that I don't want to take the money away from
Right.
giving to the.
The point of it
The
is.
point of this is to give money to animals in need. It's not to sit there and come up with a big, huge prizes for people to win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's to save these animals that need it. I mean, I couldn't picture. I've had a close call with both of these two over the winter. Almost lost each of them for two different reasons, and it killed me. And the thought, and Krissi, she's gone through a crisis herself with hers,
Right now.
and is going through another one now. The thought of losing these two would destroy me.
Yeah.
You know, so I know what it's like to be a pet owner that loves their pets.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why I created this,
Especially
and I
because you got
want to
attack
do it.
dogs.
Oh, yeah.
Only certain people.
Bite your necks off.
Only certain people.
Yes.
Because you tell you the way that they're peeing.
Don't they
and
look
stuff is-
vicious?
Yeah. I feel intimidated. I'm pretty intimidated. to be
Yeah,
honest with
okay.
you.
But like I said, this is, to me, it's a fun way. Like I said, people, they can show their animals off, and
Are
like
they
I said,
like
and have the
twins?
money go. They're brothers from the same litter.
Yeah.
You sure they're not the same dog?
No, they're not.
Because you
from the
guys go.
future.
Right, that's what I'm thinking.
One's
What?
a present, one's a future.
One's from the future, one's
Yeah.
from the present.
Or they could have cloned one.
Clone
In the
it.
Well, it's the same mother
in the
and
future,
father.
yes.
What?
Same mother and father. Same litter.
Oh, we don't agree with littering.
Yes.
No.
Shouldn't litter.
No, it's not a good thing.
Litter's not good.
It's completely ungood.
Like I said, this will be fun, and if anybody that wants to enter, they can go to the pageant website, which is NorthAmericaPageants.com, and the
Right.
link to the dogs, to the pet pageants. We also
So now
do the cats
these,
too.
just to make it
Dogs and
clear,
cats.
these two dogs, because they're the managing
They're the directors. They're not
partners,
allowed to enter.
They're not allowed to enter.
No, because they're mine.
Right. Okay.
That's why they're the directors.
That's why they're the directors?
Yep.
Yes,
I thought they were good at directing.
they are,
Oh, okay.
and they're excellent at photo shoots.
Really?
They love photo ops.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you should
Yeah.
see these two.
Crazy.
No kidding.
I take them to the pageants with me,
They're like-
and they
Really?
just sit there and they pose for everybody. You
That's
met them at the
awesome.
last pageant.
Dance too.
Yeah.
dance
yeah.
with
They get up on
girls.
stage and they
got to
dance with the girls.
Oh,
Really?
you gotta,
Oh, yeah.
Did I ever say thank you on camera for doing that? That was wicked fun. She made she
He judged.
she made me
really?
to be a judge at one
Yeah,
of the
I forced
pageants.
him. I threatened him with him.
Yeah.
Right. This dog will go for your throat if you don't.
if you don't judge the pageant.
It was actually pretty fun, especially for a blind guy, because I couldn't see what I was doing, but
Yeah, because that's when you first met these two.
What? No, I just, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's coming up. You're gonna do. You're
It's
doing
already
this.
started.
It's already started.
I'm already taken
And
out.
how long before you start drawing? So people are gonna.
So
submit-
right now is where they start submitting the pictures of either their dog or their cat, because
Okay.
there's one for dogs and one for cats. And then August 1st, they won't be able to submit, and then all the voting will start, and then they'll start submitting pictures again in September, and then voting will go again in October.
I wonder if you could use, what was that online? I don't know if you saw it about a month ago. There was like I forget what it was. It was like a ferret that somebody had overfed and claimed it was a dog. And sold it as like a
chihuahua or something?
purebred
No
something.
way.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah.
weird.
It was. I don't know if it was a ferret or something like that. But the person got the animal like over in the Orient when they went over to visit. and it looked like a certain type of dog, but it was not.
I would think it'd have to be like
Yeah,
a
it had to be
Chihuahua or
Chihuahua.
something.
That's
Yeah.
really small enough like that. A ferret could
No,
be
it wasn't a
overfed.
Chihuahua. It was really fuzzy. It wasn't a Chihuahua.
They can be. There's long-haired Chihuahuas.
Yeah,
It is?
there are long
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what it was supposed to be, but it was supposed to be this really, really expensive type of dog or something like that, and it turned out to
Be
be
a
a
ferret.
completely different creature altogether.
They couldn't
Yeah, they're
tell. I
nocturnal.
mean,
That's
Ferrets are
wild.
nocturnal.
yeah, I think I would know the
No, I
difference.
don't think it was wild. It was domesticated.
Oh, right. Well, at least that much is that's good.
It was in the street. Yeah, and talk to people, right?
Right?
When I see a long-haired Chihuahua, I say get a haircut, hippie.
Yeah, exactly. You know, my buddy has had the the dachshund. What are the long?
Was it
hot dogs.
Dachshunds.
Dachshund, right?
Dachshunds, yep.
Yeah, they look like hot dogs.
Yeah.
He was watching his daughters for a while. Well, she had to go do something, but whatever. He was telling me those things are actually bred to chase
Badgers.
badgers.
Badgers
Really?
under the ground. Yep. They're burrowers. They burrow under the blankets. If you have a blanket, they go burrowing down. They used to burrow in there, and their noses are long to grab a hold and pull them out of the holes.
It just seems so bizarre because the animal is so tiny and a badger is so
Well,
vicious.
If you remember, really quick, dachshunds were bred to actually be about this big.
Wait. Before
They're
we
called
lose this,
standards.
before we lose this, that's what the problem is between men and women.
What's that?
She goes, if you remember, my wife says that all the time.
Does she?
She says, don't you remember I said? And the problem is that she's
That's
in the
when
future.
you're one of those little moods, right?
No,
That you're
she's like in
oh,
the
there?
future, okay?
Right, you're not
Telling me something that she hasn't said yet, but
Right.
believing she's already told me.
You just
I thought
haven't
I
been there
did.
yet.
I haven't been there yet, and
Yeah.
that's why I don't remember what she
Yeah,
said.
good luck on
makes
going
sense.
home.
She hasn't said
Good
it
luck
yet.
going home and using that.
You wouldn't believe that.
Oh, yes, I would.
So,
Sorry, anyway.
So dachshunds were originally bred to be standard size, which are bigger, longer, and heavier, and have a bigger, stronger body. Now they've bred them down into minis, these little tiny ones that would never be able to do badger hunting at all. But the standard size ones, they can weigh up to 24 pounds. They have big muscles, and they can actually get in there, and they would be able to grab these badgers and do this. But now they.
So then the badger would feel badgered.
Badgers are
Right.
really
Right.
Right. I got that.
vicious. That is vicious.
Yeah, I know. They're supposed to be one of the most tenacious.
Tenacious, absolutely.
See, I know large words.
I
You
love
do,
that
tenacious.
word.
Yeah.
Tenacious is a large word.
Did you bring a dictionary with you today?
It's 3 syllables.
So that's not
I've
bad.
been
count it.
called
We'll
that
count
a few
For an
times.
Irishman, that's pretty good, actually.
I've been called that a few times.
What?
Irish?
Tenacious?
Tenacious.
Oh, yeah. I hear ya.
That's good.
So that's what it was. They used to be really big.
Yeah, they were a lot bigger, and people don't want the bigger dachshunds. They want them small and mini and little. My sister has a standard. She's
Fat.
she's big. She's this long, and
Yeah.
she's this off the ground, and
She walks and her son
she's a big
drags her on
dog.
the floor.
It's not a small little dog.
So you don't have a badger. Your sister doesn't have a badger problem around the house.
No, but she has no problems with rodents or anything like that in the outside. Her nose goes right down.
Oh, really?
Moles. Oh my God, moles do not even.
Oh, that's actually
Wow.
pretty cool. I could use that around my house.
Oh, it's
Does she rent the dog out?
She could, but she's getting a little older, so.
Your
I could rent
sister's
my
getting
miniature
older, so
schnauzer
she
out.
can't rent her dog out.
My schnauzer gets a lot of moles and brings them in my bed and throws
Your
them in.
sister, do you
Sorry
think
over
your
my
sister wants you to say on air that she's getting older and doesn't want to be
Well,
rented
not my
out?
sister, the dog.
That's weird because I rent an apartment from a very old person. I
Yeah,
don't-
you would think.
Yeah,
It would be
yeah.
okay.
Right. Yeah.
Well, no, she's not. She's only a year older than me, so my sister. But when a dog's
And she's too old already.
No, the dog. She's
Shouldn't talk about her.
I know. I don't think it's right.
No, no. If I had an older sister, I wouldn't say that.
I
Well, I
would.
always tell her she's older. That's always a fact. You are older.
Is she further into the future?
Way fewer. Way more.
That's why.
Way more.
That's what it is.
Can't wait to see next family holiday at your house.
Oh, I know. Oh, yeah, that'll be
You said I was too old to rent my dog out. How dare you?
Shoot, way too old. Way too. We can't rent her out. Nope. No, but they're barky. You know, people need to really, really know their breeds before they purchase or adopt or whatever. Know your breed if it's going to fit into your lifestyle. I cannot say that enough. People get these dogs and they don't realize what they were bred to do. I have schnauzers. They're barkers. They're gonna bark. If you live in an apartment, you don't want a schnauzer. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. It really, it really bothers
A little bit
me.
of passion there. If you
Yeah, I know, right?
a little bit.
Passionate about these dogs.
It really bothers me.
Okay, wait. So we had a dog, and I think it's called a Malamute. Is that the one that looks like a husky but a
Yes.
curly
Yeah,
tail?
those were beautiful.
Oh, is
They're
that
working dogs, though.
beautiful
They
dogs.
need to be worked.
Okay, for some reaon, I'm allergic to dogs. Okay? Oh. I love dogs, but
That's
I'm
a
allergic
great dog to have.
to No,
Want to borrow Spike for the night?
reminds me of the rock band I used to have in the 70s.
hair band?
No. Yeah, no. That's good, though. Gary and the Asthmatics. Anyway, we had a Malamute. The kids, my friend had to go into the hospital.
She's growling.
Wow, I'm not feeling safe.
Oh, you see something?
So anyway,
Damian.
my friend.
He's getting territorial. He's
know,
been back for a while.
yeah.
He just saw somebody walk by outside.
So anyway, my buddy was going to the hospital, so I was watching his dog was a white Malamute, and it had fun with I think it was probably a shepherd,
Oh, no.
and so they had these little fluffy shepherd-colored Malamutes, basically is what it was.
Oh, so they. Yeah.
Okay, but it was still the same hair and everything else. So my daughter fell in love with it and said, "Can I keep one?" I said, "Well, if you're going to have a dog that has to stay out most of the time, that's probably the breed to get, right? Probably comfortable in the cold,
Right.
except when it got like down below zero or something. We'd bring it in the kitchen and leave it there. But anyway, it didn't work out well because this thing, I presume it's the breed. As soon as you let it off the leash to run around with the kids, poof, gone,
Gone. Yep.
Huh.
Oh, yeah.
and it killed a chicken down the street.
Yeah, that's you know, and when it comes to that, sometimes it's personality too. You know, I have two schnauzers. One that stays by my side, I can walk them outside with no leash. The other one has to be on a leash, or she's gone and takes off. Then she comes back 3 hours later.
Right.
They're the same breed. I've brought them up the same way. Personality. Sometimes it's just the personality.
So it's
of the
not the
dog.
breed because it was very frustrating because I didn't like keeping the dog on a leash all the time because that's to me not really that I wouldn't want to be. I mean, I'm
You would want to
married.
be on a leash?
I'm not married, so it's kind of like the same.
Close
TMI,
enough.
TMI, if you're going there.
Leash.
Right.
We don't need to.
No, we don't want to go. No, that's probably all
But
right.
yeah, sometimes you can't help how they're going to be. If that's their personality, one can be like that one. But once again, you need to know your breed. If you're putting a dog, a German Shepherd or a Malamute, on a leash all the time, they are not doing what they were bred to do. So they're going to take off, run. Because that's, if you say you hooked them up to a little wagon and on the ornament, put them on a leash and started working them around and keeping them in your area, maybe he would have stayed around more. I'm not trying to say you did anything wrong, but
Oh no, I didn't catch that at all. Wow.
She's not saying you're a failure at owning a dog or anything. She's not saying that.
Speaking of failure, it got worse than that, right? Okay, so the
killed a chicken.
They killed a chicken. Dog kept getting loose, and it's like I don't know what to do, right? So then, okay, now this picture, this is right before Christmas. My son, I think, was like 6 or 7 years old, and the dog gets loose. So we put up signs around, dog's loose. It's right before Christmas. It's a snowstorm, and somebody calls about 4 days later and says, well, we saw the picture at the local store, and we think it's your dog. I says, yeah. It says, well, that's a problem. My kids have fallen in love with it. It's yours.
Really? Yeah.
Well, because they could keep it in the house and play with the kids.
Right.
So,
So this is well,
so it seemed like the best thing for
That's
the
the
dog,
best,
but I
absolutely.
was not too popular with the children. Let me tell you, when you give away their dog right before Christmas,
yeah.
No.
No, I can
But
see
you need
that
to
one going
work
well.
with research
But you did the right thing for the dog.
next time.
I know I did the right thing, but sometimes the right thing is not all that
Oh, I know.
popular.
With the kids, yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, they were wicked upset. They were wicked right before Christmas. Perfect.
Okay.
That's when I became an official Republican. I think
Right, that was your turning point.
that was the turning point. Before that, I was kind of leaning either way, and then that happened. That was it. That was, if you can be that heartless,
Yes.
then you're absolutely officially a Republican.
No, you were doing what's best for the dog. Think of it
Or
that way.
I
It
was having fun. Or
Torture the children.
Good for this dog.
right? Could be.
I know what you meant.
Oh, I'm not a nice person. Anyway, so you're going to be a sophomore. How are you doing in school? You doing really good?
Pretty good.
Are you going to be like a botanist or what?
That's random.
She doesn't even know what that
Just say
is.
no.
I don't even know what that
Just
is.
say no.
No.
No. What are you going to do? What are your interests?
I don't know.
She likes helping out in the office. She's really like a help. Like she
What?
goes to you do. You said you go to the office. You help out with things and
office?
the office at school.
Oh, that.
You know, and you go and you
Yeah.
help people. She's really like she randomly does this.
I
You
just
know,
walk
I don't know
in
if
the
it's because she
office.
just doesn't want me to see letters that are being sent home to her, so she can throw them away, or
That'd be smart.
Oh,
That is why you do it. I admire that because that's smart.
that is a lot of extra work just to, instead of just throwing something in the trash on the way home.
she goes, "I've been
yeah.
putting the envelopes together, Mom, and I didn't see my name on it, so I'm okay." I'm like,
I didn't have any envelopes.
so yeah. So, that was a
So
good
you're
thing.
like basically the NSA of your school system.
Yes.
I guess. So.
Are there plants in the office that you water? Because then
so.
you could be a botanist.
Oh, there you go.
Is it a gardener?
No, it's someone studies plants.
Oh, sure.
You're going to be an anti-botanist. All right.
Anti-botanist.
Well, from her reaction, that's what it sounds like she's gunning for.
I know,
Not
I
grow
know.
anything in our house. Plants die in our house.
I don't like that.
Oh, I'm not
really?
going to good at them either.
I'm not gonna.
I can
Dogs
tell
do not
spider
die in my
plant.
house. Plants do.
That's good to hear.
Dogs
But then, you know, the thing is, you got PETA. Eventually, there's going to be like this vegetarian people who go around and get mad at people who kill plants.
Yeah.
Well, and
That's
think
why I
about
just
it,
don't grow them.
There you go.
Yeah, you just don't grow them. And
Don't bring-
Vegetarians are eating the meat eaters.
Pet Up. Pet Up. That's what you start an organization
Pet Up,
called
yeah.
Pet Up.
Pet Up.
People for the ethical treatment of plants.
Yeah, thank you. I love that.
Right?
Definitely.
Well, like Charlene said, you just don't grow any.
yeah.
That way you're not bringing unwanted plants into the world that someone has to care for.
Or care for or kill in their case.
Research
Right.
a breed.
Of
Research
plant?
your breed
Yes.
of plants?
I don't think they're called breeding.
Do they
I'm not a botanist, so I don't know. Maybe
I don't
they are.
know.
She's the bot.
Or maybe they do call them that in
now.
the future.
Anti-botanist.
Anti-botanist.
Yeah.
Wow,
It's part of the
that's pretty
anti-botanist
brutal.
movement.
It could be a platform.
Hey,
I'd win.
Only kidding.
You've wasted that one.
speaking of that, it's good that you're doing that, the thing for the animals. I know, it's funny on Facebook, is how many people post pictures of their animals. You see more pictures of animals than you do of
I
kids.
thought you were going to say plants.
That's going to be weird. If I start, you know,
Everybody's got to start doing this.
gotta go home and do tonight.
Post a picture of a plant and
there's a
make
lot
fun
of
of it.
weird stuff I see on Facebook. If somebody says, "Oh, this is my plant Fred," take another picture of it. Oh, he's only just born. Look at his,
Look at his little baby.
I think I'll defriend him. Or
Yeah.
have him as a guest.
Yeah.
Have that
Exactly.
guess.
Right.
I like that would be so fun. You have to do that and tag Gary in it.
I'll bring a plant next time.
Would you?
You bring a plant right here.
You're not going to kill it on air.
No.
It'll probably be dead when it gets.
That'd be quite the anti-botanist statement.
It'll be the
Yeah,
spider.
yeah.
It'll be the spider plant I killed.
But the animal thing, I was thinking, and I haven't double checked this, so don't shoot me if I'm wrong. He gets other reasons to do that. But supposedly, I forget what state it was in. It might have been like South Carolina or something. But PETA in that state had gotten boatloads of money, and they were actually killing more animals than anybody else because PETA.
Bread?
No, PETA for the ethical treatment of animals.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're so stringent. This is, like I said, this is something I saw online. I haven't double checked it. I could be totally wrong on this, but according to the article that I read, like it was something to the effect that their criteria for adoption was so brutal that nobody qualified to take these animals, so they would have to euthanize them.
Oh, and
I've heard of that, which
Can I make a
don't.
statement
Yeah,
about
go ahead, Chris. I know you guys have to say
Okay,
about
I'm
that one.
sorry. What the problem is from the southern...
Was I correct? Was that story
Yes,
correct?
Yes.
Okay.
The problem being is so many people in the southern states are interbreeding, breeding dogs that have problems, breeding these dogs, and then they don't take care of them and they throw them on the ASPCA, the PETA people, and the qualifications, the fact these people need to have the money to take care of these dogs. The best bet, unfortunately, is to euthanize them because nobody qualifies because they don't have the money, time, care. Say they have 3 legs, 2 legs, 1 eye, this wrong, diabetes, this, and you have to buy insulin. I mean, it can go on and on and on. And if people don't qualify because they don't have the funds to
Oh,
pay
so
for
it was
this.
a legitimate story, but it was not explained well
It was
enough.
not explained well enough, exactly.
Oh,
'Cause I
okay,
looked
okay.
into it because I saw it too, and I was extremely upset. And when I dug deeper, and my dog, one of my dogs is from Tennessee. Same situation. She was
Does it have an
unbreathable.
accent?
This, huh?
I wish.
That'd be
Does it have an
awesome.
accent?
An accent?
Like an accent and bark.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's from
I
Tennessee.
could say something, but I'm not gonna.
These two are from Oklahoma.
What?
Nothing.
Oh, I'm furious now.
No, I can't say
gotta say something bad.
I know, right?
Don't
yeah.
stop now.
No.
You didn't just lead us on
No,
like that.
she's from Tennessee. She's from Tennessee. She was from a puppy mill. She was too small. She was unbreedable. They left her in a cage for 6 months.
Which dog?
Oh.
Maggie.
Her uterus
what I
was
thought.
inverted. There was all
really
these problems
small.
with her. I have her now. She's my baby. She's the little black schnauzer I have on Facebook. I don't know if you've seen her. And she's sick now. She's only 5. I think she has kidney stones. Her teeth are falling out, and it's really.
You really want to start about her teeth?
Exactly. See what I, and she's only 5, and I brush her
Yeah, I
teeth
see the
and
teeth.
take care of her.
I
teeth.
think this dog is really cool. Boy, I've seen him plenty of times, but the teeth on this dog.
She calls her
It's like
Chomper.
the.
I call them chompers. Because
Yeah, but
they kind
that-
of like, they stick out. The dog looks at you.
She
It's
has
like,
a-
it's like
underbite.
fangs. Oh yeah, it's hysterical.
But that was from the inbreeding of this puppy mill. And they just said, take her because we're going to
Honey.
get rid of her.
Right.
And when I brought her to the police station, they said, we don't care.
Somebody
They
walked
didn't
by.
care. They
Right.
don't care. It's a really bad situation in the South
Is
with
there any-
these dogs.
Is there any truth to the idea that if, and it's always seemed, this is anecdotal, but it's always seemed to be my experience that if you get a dog that's too much of a purebred, like to me, mutts have always been the best behaved, coolest animals I've ever seen, but the
Can be.
purebreds tend to be a lot more
maintenance.
neurotic.
Say
that, 'cause
I
these
can
two
say it, I
are-
just
well, no,
said
I
it.
mean, I can't. These two are awesome. They're purebreds and they're awesome.
I
I think it's the owner.
If
I
you're
think it's
sitting
the
there
way
ready
they
to
brought
go
it
to
up.
my throat and you say it's awesome.
Exactly. That's why I brought them up. I think it's the
have to-
environment that they're raised in.
You
Okay.
it's and you have
It's the
to,
way they're
If you're
raised.
going to get a purebred, you need to see the mother. You need to see the father. You need to see how they act. Go back more than once, twice, 3 times. Bring a baby with you. Bring a teenager with you. Bring people to see how these dogs are going to react
Most
with
people
them.
try to avoid bringing teenagers with them. Nothing
Oh, well,
personal.
but and that's the one thing. Again, you need to check into your breed. You need to really, don't just say, "I like that he's cute." No, he may not fit in with your family. That dog may be too shy and is not going to do anything.
Okay, wait. You obviously are a little bit
She's in love.
Neurotic about it. Sorry.
excitable. You
Passionate was a good
Passionate
word.
was
You
passionate.
Passion.
Yeah,
That's a better word.
passionate. Yeah.
Than neuro-
excitable, passionate.
Yeah.
Do you have? Where does somebody go? Because you actually could link that on your website for the puppy pageant.
Puppy pageant.
Is where does somebody go, or could you link something to that to find out what kind of dog would fit in with it? Because
You
you
can find pretty much any
you
breed.
already said more than I had any clue about. Of course, with me, anybody could pretty
So
much
low-
do that.
low bar, yeah.
Bar, yeah. But in other words, it seems like if you could post something like, if you were living in this kind of an apartment and you're only going to be able to play with the dog a couple hours a day, then these type of
I've
dogs
seen
tend to be little
I've
kids.
seen a
Well,
site
what
that
you do-
actually you can
act-
do that.
I'm sorry.
ahead,
Actually, what
Krissi.
you can do, if you go onto Wikipedia, pull up Papillon. It tells you
did.
That's a good
everything.
movie.
If it's an apartment dog, if it's not a good apartment dog, if it's high maintenance, if it has kidney problems, if it has liver problems, if they get cataracts. Wikipedia tells you everything you need to know about these. All you have to really do is look on the computer, say, miniature pincher,
Yeah, just type
high
breeding.
strung jumpers, don't want it in small spaces, needs a lot of space. Even though they're little, they're like, whoo, out the door, out the roof. So you really, just looking into it. If you have a mixed breed, you say, well, is it more like this kind of, or is it more like this kind of? You know what I mean? Because they have like schnoodles, half schnauzer, half poodles. You know.
I thought it was something they had schnoodles or something like you get at Chinese restaurants.
Snack, yeah.
Yeah, a Chinese snack. Yeah.
Yeah. schnoodles.
I thought it was a Hostess product.
That's the I was the same thing as you.
Noodles, yeah, I don't know.
So I guess just really, just going online and looking it up and you look it up and
Yeah,
you
you
say,
can look up the breeds.
Look
because
up the
that's what I
breed.
did with these two.
I've been looking up schnoodles and rice and see what.
and they can do
Hungry.
DNA testing too at Petco. You can get a swab if you don't know what your dog is. Get a swab, send it in for $10. They'll tell you it's part Chihuahua, part Papillon,
Wow.
part this, part that. So then
What would
you
you
kind of
call
know.
a pot chihuahua, pot papillon?
So I've seen a few at the dog park.
Huh?
I've seen a few at the dog park.
No one know what they're called.
I don't know, Shampoo.
Shampoo.
Shampoo. I don't know. They have so many different. They have the golden
Yeah, that's
doodles,
right.
and they have the schnoodles. This and the
We
chia
used to have one that was part beagle and part Dobie. Oh, it was the most fun dog in the planet. It
I'm
just
sure.
loved to play. If it wasn't playing, it wasn't happy.
We have a
But you get run
part.
over chasing a poodle.
We have a part beagle and part Jack Russell. Now we adopted her because the gentleman passed away. We did not, and I did not look into what I was getting into, and that was the worst thing I could do. I love her to death, but she is a spaz case. A Jack Russell and a
What
beagle.
is it with you people loving things to death?
Yeah, it's kind of morbid.
It is. That seems like rather extreme.
It really does,
It was
yeah.
Brianna.
Now, it's because she slept over for a few nights. That's why I got it off of her.
Oh, so you're gonna blame it on the lady on the phone,
Yes, totally. The young lady.
the young lady on the
Stalker.
phone, the stalker.
Watch, she's gonna come.
Oh, that phone's gonna break.
Can I just say one more thing?
No.
Really quick?
Yeah, okay.
No, I just really want to reiterate the fact people bringing their dogs into cars in this heat weather. There's no
Oh,
reason
yeah.
to bring your dogs in the heat. If it's 70 degrees outside, it's 90 degrees to the dog in the car. It is just leave your dogs at home. Leave your dogs at home. If you do not need to bring your
My two
dogs.
sit home in front of the air conditioner.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
My
There's just-
grandson
because,
locked me in the car the other day.
Well, that's not good.
Your grandson is cruel.
You know what?
The kid?
He's
You know
cruel.
what, Mr. Hopper? You have sweat glands. Dogs do not have sweat glands. They do not sweat like we do. They can overheat 3 times faster than a human.
Wow,
So,
I didn't know that.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's why they
what I
can't.
see on Facebook, something like if you don't want your windows broken, don't leave your dog.
I saw
in there.
that.
was me.
I saw that.
That was you?
That was me.
I saw
Oh,
that
yeah.
post.
I,
She shares so many
Oh.
dog pictures.
Oh, I know. I see
I
you.
was thinking about deleting her.
You delete your own.
It's like, I scroll down, it's like dog quotes,
well, I try
dog
to,
puppies. It's
dogs
like,
that are missing. You know what I mean? Granite State
well,
Dog
no, I
Recovery.
don't mean like that. I mean like,
You know, if
like
I can
puppies
reach out
in
to people
baskets
to look
of
for these
flowers.
dogs, reach out to them.
I see a rebellion going on in there.
Oh my God, you don't even know.
Oh, I bet I do.
It's great.
I had a daughter. I have
You
a
had a
daughter.
had a
daughter?
daughter.
I was
I
gonna
had a
say-
teenage daughter.
Oh,
like
gee,
that.
there you go. I
Yeah.
was gonna say, what happened to her?
Yeah.
Grow up.
Yeah, that her,
Now he has
that's-
grandchildren.
That's her child out.
He's beautiful.
He is.
Yeah, he's handsome.
He's a handsome
He is.
guy. I'm sorry,
He's
beautiful.
a little
sweet
bit
girl.
crazy.
Like he's like
I like his
7.
mohawk.
Yeah,
He's 7?
yeah. 70 weighs
He's a big boy.
69 pounds.
Big boy.
He still wants me to pick him up sometimes. No,
That must be
I
fun.
need back brace.
I want to do piggyback ride. Piggyback. Piggyback.
So anyway, so what's going on with, before we run out of time, what's going on with the other pageant besides the puppy pageant?
Well, the North America pageant, that's scheduled, that's with the platform of the bullying.
Bullying, okay, we're still, okay.
Yep, that's going to be, the 214 one is going to be next spring.
And how do people get involved in that?
They go to the North America Pageants with an S.com website, and they
Right.
apply on there, and then I get back to them. I also have another pageant that's going to start in October, which is a solar system, which is Mr. Solar System and Miss Solar System,
Well, now,
That's
what's
gonna be-
unique about that?
because that's for cash scholarships.
Okay.
Like the other one has like a lot of awards and a platform and stuff. This is just to go in. It's a one-day event. It's going to be in New Hampshire, somewhere in Manchester, actually, by the
Yeah.
airport. It's going to be, like I said, a one-day event. They go in and what they want, like I said, it's for cash scholarships. So it's going to be set up a little differently than,
So cash scholarships
so like anybody
for
can enter that
school
one.
and things
Yes,
like
for
that?
college and
Okay,
stuff like
okay,
that,
okay.
yes. And that's going to start in the middle of October. I should have all the information up, hopefully by the end of the month for that.
Okay.
And that,
Now you're going to
all
look.
the links are on the NorthAmericaPageants.com website.
Can you put that link, the North American pageant
It's
link?
America. Somebody else has American, so I always have to make sure I correct people, yeah. NorthAmericaPageants.com.
He does it every time.
And that's the federally registered trade name is America.
Okay. Okay.
He looks
That
so
confuse you?
confused.
Take a lot, really.
I'm used to catching that quick, that's why.
Okay, so anyway, can you put that link onto our Facebook page
Yes.
for rock, paper, hand grenades?
Positively, when I get home tonight.
I love you, by the way.
I love you too.
The little white man.
Not to death, though.
No,
All right, yeah, we don't want to go to the devil.
that's
I mean,
weird.
That's just,
Yeah,
that's like kind of, that seems rather
Yeah. I'm gonna listen to some typo negative when I get home. I think.
something.
Yeah.
Wow.
Solid. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Your nephew. Oh, your
All right.
nephew.
All right. I guess
All
I'm.
right, you grandson.
My-
I know you wouldn't expect it from him.
I can hear him running around. Scotty, stop it. So, okay, before I ran out of time, I'm running out of time. Let's see what happened. I said it on the show before.
Mm-hmm.
We spent, earlier this year, we spent 3 hours on a lead sinker for fishing bill. Lead sinkers, you know, the sinkers you put on the worm to keep the
Yeah.
worm underwater? 3 hours. The new,
What's the problem with it?
exactly. Today we spent 15 minutes
I
on
grew up
the
fishing.
state budget. Oh, you can't use lead sinkers anymore. Not the little ones.
Because they're lead.
Because the
Why? They just go in the water and out. They don't stay.
No. When they fall off, they go down the bottom, and what happens is loons. That's actually pretty cool because loons, what they do is they go down,
Oh.
and then when they eat a fish, they eat the entire fish. And so what they use is they use like pebbles from the bottom of the pond to in like this little sack that actually grinds up the bones.
Mm.
Okay, and sometimes they get the lead in there instead of the rocks because that's kind of the size they use,
Yeah.
and they get lead poisoning and die.
Are loons
Fish.
endangered?
Huh?
Are they endangered species?
Loons?
Yeah.
They were. They're not really
Were.
anymore.
Oh.
In fact, if you check into it, there's only maybe 3 to 10 that die every year, and we're
Of
actually
this?
over.
So if we're overpopulated, then that's the problem.
Whatever. There was. I heard testimony. There was actually one pond that was completely fished out because there's so many loons on the pond.
Which one?
I forget. I think it was I forget what it was. I'm not even gonna say.
I grew up
it.
on Big Island Pond in Derry.
Okay.
I've seen loons. Yeah, there's
Yeah,
loons.
it's a federal offense.
They eat a
to
lot of fish.
kill one.
But anyway, so that's why there's a problem because
Yeah.
loons get killed from the lead sinkers. But anyway, so it was just funny. Today was so hot in the state house. It was a really good day not to be a state legislator, but I was stuck
But you were there anyways.
I was getting like dizzy and headache and all kinds of
get
other things I'd like to
dehydrated.
whine about. I won't.
Dehydration.
What?
Dehydration.
Is that what it was? So you know like about dogs and dehydration. And she's going to be anti-botanist.
I know.
You guys
She-
got to
she's-
basically
She
vote.
thinks I'm like a geek.
A dog freak.
I'm a wicked geek.
a super dog freak.
A super dog freak.
Yeah, it's like super.
It's my
Remember that
passion.
song a long time?
Super freak.
Super freak. Super freaky. Just have to change the words a little bit.
Yeah.
You get
Oh, that's
super dog
easy.
freaky.
All right, we got.
That's
I'm gonna-
fun
I'm
We
too.
gotta
play
quit.
that.
We gotta go. Yeah.
All right, thank you guys. We'll see you
Thank
next
you.
week.
Thank you very much.
Bye, everybody.